Diani adds just a steadiness.
Number 12, Diani Fraga.
Fraga, the freshman.
The libero, Diani Fraga.
Dee coming in and providing this sense of hard-nosed defense. She doesn't let a ton of things drop.
Fresno State's defense was incredible.
Fraga was there with the dig.
She doesn't get rattled. She doesn't get high. She doesn't get low.
She's here, and you have the girls that are here, and
she just is very, very steady. And for a libero, that's really, really important.
Libero Diani Fraga.
Her confidence on the court, and she knows she's a legit player, and I think that helps her.
Diani is amazing, and she's a freshman.
Freshman from Sanger, California.
I'm getting the recognition that I deserve, and that all my hard work is just paying off.
Sometimes I feel like we take advantage of Diani in a way of we expect her to do those types of things, but that's just she's not a normal freshman.
The way she plays and her work ethic is just something we all feed off of.
What a save from Fraga.
Oh, good pickup by the Bulldog libero.
For her to come in and make an impact like that as an 18-year-old girl on a team with 20-year-olds is just insane.
Diani Fraga, just a freshman.
To be that young and to be that controlled and have such a still mindset and perform at that high of a level is very impressive.
Quiet confidence.
She doesn't say much, she doesn't talk much, but I think she leads the team. But how she plays, her work ethic, every day in the gym, she's digging balls.
Textbook dig by Diani Fraga.
Everywhere. There's some balls you don't think she's gonna get it up, she's gonna get it up.
We had no idea what Dee was gonna be like, and then immediately, first practice, she's hitting the floor, somersaults, rolling, and I was mind blown.
Her skill level is she's elite.
I think she's another person that has really high expectations of herself, and so every game she's working to achieving her own goals.
That was kind of one of my goals, try and achieve whatever I could as a freshman here, and just first, being a starter, then second, just trying to be the top in the conference.
I think if she didn't get freshman of the year, I think we all would have been shocked because her stats, everything, it was just okay, she is one of the best. She really deserves this.
It's really accomplishing, I think, to see, how far I started just from even just subbing here, but also my whole time period playing volleyball, seeing how, it's really achieving to see how far I grew as an athlete.
Dee too is just a hard worker. She's very, very determined.
She can change the game by defending someone.
Fraga again. And how about that dig from Fraga? My goodness.
I was not surprised. I feel like Dee deserves it, plain out flat.
She's such an amazing person.
I think the girls really respect me, and they understand, what I'm capable of. So they trust me a lot, knowing what I can do, and I can help them out when they get in ruts, and they understand, if I get down, I'm always going to be able to get back up. So it's really cool seeing how much they respect me and trust me.
She doesn't spend a lot of time thumping her chest or hanging her head. It's just she goes on to the next play.
Addison Haluska playing a big part for the Bulldogs.
Every year before the season, my dad asks me, what are your goals? Or he gives me goals. He's super into my volleyball journey, always has been. And so one thing he said was, I hope you're all conference this year. And I had told him, I don't know, I'm coming back from injury, we'll see. I had no idea what the season was gonna be like.
Well, I think Addie was very interesting because she was actually recovering from an injury all of spring. And so we never saw her, she never jumped.
Not playing and having your team practice all of spring and all of summer, and you sitting out, shagging balls, that's definitely hard. And
the entire spring we were here until we were done with team practices. Really, the only thing that she did is serve. And I don't know if you know this, but she's one of our best servers.
Haluska with an ace.
Coming off of kind of a heartbreaking knee injury at the end of last season and having to kind of struggle through the spring and get back on her feet, I never saw her waver ever in her mindset.
To come back from an injury like that and then to just absolutely blow everybody out of the water is insane, and I'm so proud of her from bouncing back that quickly and well.
Haluska, she's a go-to for this team, and I'm sure when she gets going, the whole team will rally behind her.
Haluska getting up there at the net, coming away with the block.
You know, injuries suck and there's just nothing you can do but change your mindset since you can't really change anything about the situation physically.
You really understand like not to take advantage of these small moments of practice, of lift, like going hard every day. Like it's literally such an eye-opener. And so I think for me as well, like after I did have that injury, as soon as I got back on the court, I was like so appreciative of every moment.
And we can expect to see a lot of Haluska here tonight.
This third set has belonged to Addison Haluska.
When you have an attacker as good as Haluska, it is hard for the defense to gauge whether or not that ball is going to go out.
You have to pay attention to her, and if you don't, well, that's on you.
She knew we needed her and definitely also was a big part of why we can succeed.
So that just made it even more rewarding for me, just because I knew I had accomplished a goal that I had for myself, my dad had on me, and my dad has a really big impact on my volleyball journey just because he's always pushing me to work hard. And when I even started volleyball, like I started with my dad and he would stand outside with me and hit balls at the wall and have me pass them and do, I don't know, all these crazy drills that he would look up online. And so to like actually reach that goal of being all conference and then being able to like tell him, he was extremely excited and happy for me.
She is so athletic. I mean, she moves so easy.
Haluska has by far been the biggest offensive threat for the Bulldogs here.
She is a power hitter, as we just mentioned, leading Fresno State in kills this season.
And so I think that just made it mean even more to me. So I was very proud of myself, especially from where I came from. But then also just grateful for my team. Like you can't get there without your team. And so it definitely just comes back to them and their support for me. And
they were able to get the yearly honor or even a weekly honor, all three of them.
Her, Grace Doyle, and Ella Rude leading the way.
It's going to be Ella Rude back to serve, the junior out of Gilbert, Arizona.
Ella Rude, the 6-foot junior, Gilbert, Arizona.
You know, Ella, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Ella. When we came in, kind of changed some tempo stuff with her, and she struggled for a while, you know, just being able to, she's very much a rhythm type player.
For me, tempo was different and kind of getting okay with being uncomfortable and learning new things because we had a lot to grow in. And obviously for growth, you have to get uncomfortable and you have to be okay with failing. And that was kind of something that she talked about.
We went through a lot of hard practices where the tempo between her and Brooke or her and Hannah wasn't matched up with what we wanted.
Especially with me is like being okay failing is how you grow. And I think that we did a lot of that. And I think that we overcame a ton of things. And she helped us overcome those things with her. It was always with the staff. It was a unit orient all the time.
Kept working on tempo, kept working on ball control, and I think one day it just kind of hit. She was a huge go-to player for us that we could really rely on when we needed a side out or a kill.
Same thing with Ella. Like, I think we were just so blessed to have like an amazing front row that it made it really, really hard for other teams to pick a person and attack them because we had such strong hitters all around.
The diversity of Fresno State's attack has continued.
All of their attackers are on fire right now.
So to have Addison and Ella on opposite pins made the world's difference because you have to pick away, you know? And half the time you're wrong.
I mean, I think Ella is one of the hardest workers on our team, and I don't know how she does it, but somehow she manages to control every single play, every single ball. And we always joke in practice, like we could throw a ball to, we always say we could throw a ball to Save Mart Center and you'd get it over the net somehow. Like, I don't know how she does it, but she's such a hard worker and such a good player and a teammate as well. Like, I don't know a better teammate than Ella. She's always supporting our team and looking out for one another. And so if you ever need anything, like Ella's gonna be there. And so not only is she such a good player, but she's such a good teammate. And I think you can see that as well on the court. Ella's not any more deserving of this award.
Grace Doyle wearing number 10, the senior from Chandler, Arizona.
Grace Doyle in the middle, experienced player.
Well, I've known Grace since high school. I played with her 2 years at Perry, and not only is she a great player, but she's a great teammate and such a good friend to everybody, especially me.
Grace Doyle having a career night.
And the buy-in from her from day one was phenomenal. The role that she fulfilled. It was a big role and she did it really, really well.
To be able to kind of watch her grow from high school Grace to confident leading in blocks and kills.
A record that has stood for a while. You know, it means that you have to be a go-to player. It means that you have to be consistent. It means that you have to contribute a lot of your career.
Honestly, I never even thought about it. I didn't see that coming, so I was just super surprised, but in the best way possible, you know, like obviously that's something I dreamed of doing when I first got here. I'm just super grateful that I had the opportunity for all 5 years to be able to set those records.
And that is exactly what you want your middles to do. Doyle up and available. Excellent work.
The Fresno State Grace that I got to get to know as well, a little bit deeper of a friendship too. I think that knowing her on the court, she's super hardworking, she'll get the job done. She's reliable kind of at all times. And I think she was that go-to player that you can count on no matter what.
Just her work ethic every day. I mean, on the court, every game, she was there to play and she was there to play hard and she showed that.
But when you have the people there that you know can make you smile instantly it's so much more rewarding.
She's like one of my best friends. I mean, we were middle buddies since the day I got here. I think she's very deserving of those awards.
She definitely deserved every single part of it and I was just excited that I got to be there to watch.
Cry about everything. I just love Grace. She was one of the people that I looked up to. Every day I practice, every game, it was like, I want to be like Grace.
And a big-time block from Grace Doyle.
In volleyball, you're never built on just a single player. You have to have contributions from everybody. I was incredibly proud of Sid and the role she played, and Hannah, the role she played, and Brooke running our offense. And I've never seen a middle work harder than Casey. You know, Jenna's a freshman, and you know, Olivia came in spots. So I was really, really happy with the entire program as a whole. Maya Sellers had to come in and fill in when Casey was out, and so just the buy-in from everybody to get better has been huge.
Practice is definitely just a mix. Like, she explains the drill, this, that, and then it's pick a side.
We never did a starting lineup versus a non-starting lineup.
It doesn't matter where you are because everyone is competing and everyone is playing very, very hard.
We always intermix the girls, and I think that was really, really healthy. I think it was great because on any given day, anybody in our gym could win.
There's definitely so many times in practice where it gets heated because somebody misses a call, they miss a net, they say the ball was in but it was out. Like, our team is super, super competitive. And so I think that, yeah, having mixed teams like that in practice really does make a difference and makes everybody work hard. And
back in August, like, there was potential of being great, and like, the staff was great. Like, I knew they were gonna flip it around in some way.
The relationships on this team grew so much because of what we accomplished this year, but also the work ethic that we put in since Lisa and Jerome and OJ came in.
You know, having a good staff is vital.
Oh, I really love them.
Ever since Jerome came in, we've built a super strong relationship. He really understood my personality, which helped a lot, but also just the offensive side of the game, and he's like so smart and he teaches so well.
OJ's more on trying to imply different things to my game, you know, so he helps me understand how I play and just help me grow.
OJ's a homie. He's super cool. He's just a fun guy to even just talk to, just about non-volleyball stuff.
And OJ's like always chill. I always have like great conversations with him. Like, we'll be doing a drill and we'll have like a way different topic about conversation about anything. Yeah.
Jerome's funny. Jerome's hilarious. Half the time I can't understand him, but he's freaking hilarious.
But he always gets me, Jerome always makes me laugh.
Like, I love just talking to Jerome about how he used to be a DJ in Ibiza. How insane is that? That kind of stuff just shows that they care so much about you and that you have so many close bonds with people, and if I didn't have that anymore, I'd be very sad.
Both of them are definitely coaches that have given me a new perspective. I mean, Jerome, of course, being from out of the country, and OJ coming from a very high level of volleyball. Like, I don't know, they bring something that I've never learned before from coaches, and I think that's really cool because, especially, like, I've played sports all my life. I played volleyball since I was 11. Like, So having coaches that can continually teach you new things every single day is like awesome. And they're cool people and they're funny.
Something like shifted in our mentality of like, now that we're here, we're at the tournament, we're in Vegas, we have to bring our A game, and I think that's exactly what we did, and I think Boise was the best game to showcase that.
Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada for the 2023 Mountain West Women's Volleyball Championship. The parity this season in the Mountain West was incredible.
Fresno State, it's their first appearance at the Mountain West Championship since the tournament was brought back in 2021.
Probably the biggest message the whole tournament was be in the moment. This is a really, really cool opportunity that was not given to you. You earned this.
We have the opportunity to take the direction of where we want to go with this team. This is a clean slate. Rosen said we want to feel like we're controlling the other team in these matches, and we're not going to worry about the things that we can't control. It's a mentality that served them well this season, guys, and one they'll really rely on today.
We all know what a momentum sport this can be.
And you can see on the warm-up t-shirts, TB, why not us, right? Why not?
And so we were very aggressive. We were very bought in and true and disciplined to the scouting report, but we just went and played.
Boise, a team can beat us twice, but can they beat us 3 times?
Can't beat a team 3 times, you know. Do they think they're gonna just walk in and walk all over us? Like, what's my mindset gonna be instead?
All knew that we really had to prove to each other and to ourselves what we could do.
Now it really is time to show like we can beat them.
As we get ready, 5-seed Fresno State.
Lisa Rosen has told me that they can go on runs, and we are seeing that here from the Bulldog. They came with it early in this match today, and we're seeing that.
Like, I'm ready to do this, like I want this.
You know, when you're in the tournament, like you can be really nervous and scared, or you can be excited and use that energy to drive you. And so I think that a lot of our team did the second thing.
But it was just, go let yourself play. You know what you're doing. You know how to do this. We know how we're defending. Just play. I think you get a very beautiful moment when you can shut your brain off and just let your body do what it's been trained to do.
Literally just blocked out the world, and I was just like, I'm ready to do this. Like I want this.
And we did that against Boise State. Like we played very, very smooth. We were efficient both offensively, and we were really relentless defensively.
Could be it right here. Block, but it's wide! And a comeback by the Bulldogs.
They believe in themselves. I believe in them. We all, I mean, it's our locker room. It's, why not us?
We have nothing to lose, so why not just give everything we have? And I think that's exactly what we did. And so I'm super proud, and I just wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now.
Well, Grace, we've got a sticker for you. Go have some fun.
Fresno State, the Bulldogs, they move on to the semifinals.
I think we really needed that moment. We needed to, I think the whole team understand, you know, how resilient we are, you know.
Yeah, that definitely gave us a lot of confidence to go in and play Utah State. I think that we were realizing like, okay, we just lost to Boise twice and beat them, like we can do the same thing with Utah.
After we beat Boise, it was like, okay, we're in this, and like we have a chance, and like let's do it again. Let's beat the next 2 teams, and let's get this ring.
As that Fresno State team, they are playing some excellent volleyball, and they have been nothing less than showing chemistry, energy, tempo, playing fast, and they have been incredibly efficient, and I'm impressed with this team. They get the win today, the sweep. It wasn't easy, but they got it done. They'll face 1-seed Utah State tomorrow.
Utah State was a very confident team. When they walked into the gym, they were a presence.
They are a unit.
But in order to beat them, you can't be afraid of that.
Lisa Rosen told her group, do not let fear creep in. Keep going at them.
No longer were we afraid of playing them. We were excited to play them.
I'm so proud how everybody embraced that. No one was scared. No one was like, oh my gosh, Utah State, you know, they've won however many. It was more of like we're gonna be the ones to end that.
That's the dream, you know, beat the #1 team in the conference. Especially, they weren't just #1 by a little bit, they were #1 by a lot.
You want to beat the #1 seed, you want to beat the best team in your conference, and so when we did get the opportunity to play them again, I think it was a really big moment. Play volleyball, go back to your skill, like do what's important, do what you know.
Against them, it's just like, let's go.
Fresno State's looking at this team going, we can beat anybody because they have nothing to lose, right?
They're building their confidence. They've had a very competitive, very good season so far.
Fresno State, they play the way that they did yesterday, fired up and ready to go. We're going to have ourselves a heck of a match.
I believe we won the first set.
Well, I think first set we won.
And I think we just went after them.
We caught them off guard a little bit.
Go attack them. Put them on the defensive. Put them on their heels.
This is our time. Like, we're not going to back off this opportunity. We're going to take it.
We have to keep swinging. We have to keep challenging them. And she looked right at Jenna Legault and said, I need you to keep swinging. And we saw that there.
I remember being on the sideline in the timeouts and the Utah State fans just talking so much.
They had a pretty rowdy section of parents and kids and whatever. I think that was really motivating for us.
If you look at our huddles are very, very tight. That's very intentional because no one matters outside of our group.
She said, this is our locker room. She's keeping this in the family and she's keeping it a tight circle. She is really coaching up this team. You look at the huddle right there. I mean, she is giving concrete instructions on how to adjust on every single play.
If you see me on the sidelines, that's the message that I'm giving a lot, very animated at times, is either embrace this or let it go, but just stay in the moment.
Every single time out, it was kind of just like, this is about us right now, play our game, know what we have to do, and give it our all.
You know, this is going to be a good recipe for the future of Fresno State. Yep, one set of confidence at a time. It was like 1 point at a time. They just kept getting better and better.
No one matters outside of this circle with this Fresno State team. They want to control what they can control, and they're not going to worry about anything else.
You know, this is a team for Fresno State that's on a mission. Fresno State is saying this is ours to win, and Utah State, if you're going to win it, you're going to have to come and take it from us because we're in control.
I can't remember if it was Ella or Jenna, but one of them got a crazy block. Wow, like our team is on one right now.
When Addie hit the ball off the blocker and it went out of bounds.
Haluska blocked out of play, and 5-seed Fresno State is moving on to the championship tomorrow.
Congratulations to Fresno State. Survive and advance. And they absolutely come in here to the semifinals today and stun the Aggies in a 3-1 thriller.
I mean, literally, I was like, oh my God, we just won.
Just a surreal feeling. It's like undescribable.
I mean, just joy. Just joy. I mean, because we've been working so hard, and I'm so happy for this group.
Honestly, it's all trust, and we all just believe that we could do it. From the beginning, we've been saying, why not us? And we really put that to action today. I think when we beat Boise, we were like, oh, okay, like, we're doing it, let's go. And then we beat Utah, and we were like, nobody can beat us.
To be able to prove to ourselves that that is something that's possible is super rewarding. And we work together as a unit to do that.
Obviously playing for a trophy, like, that's crazy, super exciting. But like, Utah State was a very big goal of our team.
I remember running up to my grandma after the game and she was hugging me. And she's a crier, so she was just crying. She's like, you beat Utah State, you beat Utah State. And it was like, it kind of set the moment like, oh shoot, like, we just beat Utah State. Like, that's a big accomplishment.
I feel like I didn't realize that till after. I felt like I wasn't even thinking about the next day. I was just thinking about that day in the sense of that whole match, you know.
To me, we were never playing for a trophy. To me, we were playing for a win. And those two things are synonymous, but I never even thought about the trophy. All I thought about was, hey, let's get this win.
I remember us being like, okay, like we need to lock in, like Utah State was good and all, but like we have another game to play.
Okay, what's next? How much further can we go with this group? How much more success can this group have?
The job was never done, and I think that our crew does a really good job of knowing that we got to keep going. Like, yep, we won, that's great, it's gone. You know, we move on right away.
We're gonna play in the championship match. Like, I was thinking about it all week. Every night I went to bed, I was like manifesting it. I was like, we're gonna win a championship ring. We're gonna win a championship ring. I remember talking to my parents. I was like, this is the time to do it. And my dad was like, go get your jewelry, girl. Like,
the Bulldogs continue. They advance to the Mountain West Championship tomorrow.